what I look like. Okay.
So,
So, just to give you, are you in your car?
well, I'm sitting outside the market theater. I'm out of a rehearsal.
Okay, great.
Just for a few moments.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Because you can't see what's in the room, we're right now in Mara House, which is the oldest building in Lesotho, and we are Skyping from it. So
Right.
it's pretty cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and so we are seated, and there are lots of people listening to the conversation. A lot of people have come to chat to you and hear things. So just to let you know, you may hear voices that are not mine. Hopefully you will. Great.
Yeah, shoot straight away.
Okay, cool. So first things first, I would like you to please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us your story briefly.
Well, I'm Desmond Dube. Itholakala Sesotho ke molahlegi. You know, I was born in South Africa, but I kind of consider myself Lesotho because Lesotho. I was in Lesotho until I was, I think, 4 years old. Ba bona hore ka nnete ba batla hore ke qetelle ke le modisana ke di isa mo ba nthomella ditoropong hore ke tlo phela Gauteng. So that's how I got to this side of the world. Yeah.
Okay, great. And so, as a point of departure for this conversation, perhaps you can tell us a little bit about your profession and what you do, and then I'll ask you some more questions that are more specifically around Lesotho and kind of being a member of the diaspora.
Right. Look, I'm an actor, if you may, and I'm also a producer. I've become more a producer than I am an actor in the past 6 or 7 years or so. I have a serious love for the arts. I really believe that we can change the world through this particular platform. But I think at the end of it, it's just the love of the arts themselves and entertainment. And it's a tough industry to be in, but I think if you have the passion, everything else follows.
Okay. Well, on that note, I mean, part of the purpose of this conversation is to engage people in a creative manner in Morija, because Morija is essentially the creative heart of Lesotho. And so right now is the festival, which is exactly when the big creativity happens in this space. My question to you is, my kind of interest in doing this was to, I've always felt as though I have studied something or kind of gone into a profession that I'm unable to find a platform for in the country. So this is why I'm doing this initiative such as this, to creatively engage people in a way that doesn't require, hanging pictures on the wall, but something that actually resonates with people and that people can actually access and understand and be interested in. So, on that note, what kind of things have you done with Lesotho? What kind of things are you planning to do with Lesotho and the thing you do? Yes, if you have any kind of past things that you've done or future projects that you were thinking about, it would be wonderful if we could hear a little bit more about them.
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. There's quite a lot of. I think the African continent is very rich with stories and things that we can do. But I also think, from a political point of view, I think our industry is still not taken seriously as an industry. In South Africa, we still struggle with it. About 2 weeks ago, I was in West Africa, and they still have the same issues about this industry. I think for some reason, in the African continent, our leadership they're either too old or too intelligent to think of the arts as an industry. So there's it's forever the kind of industry that struggles, so to say. And this is not a complaint. I think I'm just saying maybe we are that generation that needs to bring it up to shape.
Yeah.
That said, quite a number of people have done great work. There's great stories that have been written about, King Moshoeshoe, about the people of Lesotho, that even Americans are after, so there are plans to sort of like bring shows that will involve the Basotho nation from the South African side. Whether we like it or not, people kind of respond better to things if they were, and I'm saying specifically about our sort, if they have happened in South Africa, for example. We've seen that even with the comedy industry. Until it was accepted well enough in South Africa, it's only then when you started hearing the Basotho people say, hey, stand-up comedy Lesotho, So yes, we are in a process now, to sort of bring, some of these works that were written and done by the Basothos, to bring them back to Lesotho as theatre productions, as stage productions. So we are in that process on actually. There are great plays that have been written. Ntate Makgaola was just telling me about a play called Moshweshwe, a beautiful show that we're planning to put up either at the Market Theatre in 2014 or at the Civic Theatre in Johannesburg. And then we'll probably think about taking it to Lesotho.
You said it was called Moshweshwe Ing?
Me?
We say Moshweshwe what?
The play, it's called Moshweshwe and Moshweshwe le Baruti.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and it's what I say, so
no?
Absolutely.
The really, really interesting thing that I came up, in the project that I came across when I was researching the history of the space and...
Once we're there, I don't know how I can forget this. Yes. We are in the process now. We're doing a musical called Now or Never, which will probably start rehearsals in April 2014. This is the story of Msamati, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And we'll be putting it up at the Soweto Theatre by, I think, September of next year. So, if we all read the papers, we'll start knowing more about how that's going to go around.
Yeah.
Yes. Me? Hey, that's the aim.
This is the aim.
That's the aim.
And I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking, you're a theater person, and we don't have a theater. Correct. We don't have a theater here.
It's fine. I don't think people in Johannesburg started, in a theater.
No,
before the Soweto Theatre was built, but Soweto needs to show the holong to be so it will get to the point where somebody realizes, or it is important to have a theatre in Lesotho.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why they still not one, but we'll make it happen.
Yes. So I think on that note, it's important theatre, and until somebody with pull from the theatre sector says we need a theatre, nobody's gonna make it. So it's great that you're planning on bringing shows here and you're engaged with the country. I hope this will somehow do things for the. Another thing that I was thinking about. This is part of the things that informed the conversations. How a lot of arts education mona Lesotho. The university, National University of Lesotho doesn't offer creative courses. How fine art, how drama, how So it's important for, I think, us to think, not just to complain about what doesn't exist in the universities, but for people like us to start initiatives that are extra tertiary, do stuff outside of institutions, or maybe perhaps engage these existing institutions and tell them, look, ke nna ke Mosotho, this is what I have to offer.
Right. Here's the thing. I think I hear you how hona ing Lesotho, hona, maybe there are no facilities, but I can definitely guarantee you, or there is artistic people in Lesotho and babangata.
Yeah.
Fela, because there are no facilities, all those people are either in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban, right down to Bokronstad. But let's South Africa in Agofel. And I think the little contribution that we're making towards this industry and taking shows, it's exactly that. It's for somebody to start noticing, or South Africa. So we, you know what I mean? So we actually do have people that can make it happen.
Yeah.
But it's that facility issues, those facility issues that are sort of hindering the process.
Yes, absolutely. And so, I mean, a lot of people, you can't see who you're looking at right now. There are a lot of people that these kind
and it's such a pity.
Makeup.
No.
So I mean, just to tell you a few of the people that are in the space right now, who she worked for EMS also through the National University of Lesotho. So the tertiary institutions should consider not necessarily establishing new departments, because perhaps the means do not exist, but ways to engage the creative sectors without necessarily having to implement big structures.
Right.
Let's say the guest lecture, come and talk to the students. You have a lot of people that study things that they don't want to study because they're not available to them. So drama students at heart.
But what's also, I think those two need to go hand in hand. We can have the arts in tertiaries and everywhere, but if there's no river that flows towards an industry that is actually ongoing and moving, it makes it a little difficult. I think in South Africa we're stuck with the same thing. Wits University, UCT, you name it, University of Johannesburg, you name these universities, have got students back every single year. Study drama, study fine arts or music, but the industry is not big enough to take on all those people and actually giving them work. So the train is moving slower, and all I'm saying is that we, at tertiary level, I think once we start there, any university, I think like our university also needs to have facilities. These young people to become active, they'll be able to actually have work afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that's very important. You're completely right. There's no point in... This is kind of the reason for... One of the reasons for Lesotho's brain drain is that you have all these people that studied things that do not have sustainability within the borders. So, it's like you study a thing, you get a degree, and then what? And you must go somewhere else to go and do it, and that's really what we want to set up here.
Right.
Another person in the room, who is the Deputy Minister of Finance and a member of the constituency, Morija. So, hi about that they only people that super muso. Not to single you out, we have the Minister of Finance here if we're talking loot. So, just to let you know, I'll be your eyes and ears. Also in the space is Ndade Patrick Rock, who he actually runs Mara House in the creative precinct. So Ndade Patrick is really instrumental in making sure that a lot of art projects are happening in this space. He's been very, very helpful during the setup of this. Very, very positive. Pottery and art related things after. Yes. What? Gimoso Tundade Petriki, born and bred, Gimoso through and through.
Right. Right. I see mixture channel in Najin.
I see mixture whole hard.
Okay. Oh, so mixture.
When I eat level mixture.
Our mixture.
So I don't know if I'd like people to kind of, you know what I've created in this space for about to basketball, I'm not too shy to ask questions, is I made little cue cards which ask, so for people to take and ask a question at you. So I'm hoping some people have the confidence to ask you a question right now, and there's one sitting in front of the screen, so there we go.
Now you symptom fish.
Right.
What was your lowest how it's new to how did how it's a show how hello